Some dreams are practical: a promotion, a new car, a house with a yard. And then there are other dreams, the kind that live in the strange, wonderful, slightly unhinged corners of the human imagination. This is the story of a man who had one of those dreams, a man who wanted more than anything just to see his neighborhood from a different perspective. He wasn't a pilot, he wasn't an engineer, he was a truck driver from Los Angeles named Larry Walters, and his dream was to fly, not in a plane, but in the most humble vehicle imaginable, his favorite patio chair. This is the story of July 2nd, 1982, the day an ordinary guy with an extraordinary idea decided to stop dreaming and start doing. For months, Larry planned his expedition. He went to a military surplus store and bought 45 weather balloons. He filled them with helium in his girlfriend's backyard, creating a massive, unwieldy cluster of lift. He strapped them to his lawn chair, which he'd named Inspiration Eye. He packed a few sandwiches, some beer, and, crucially, a pellet gun, which he intended to use to pop some balloons to descend. His plan was to float gently a few hundred feet above his neighborhood for a few hours, and then drift back down. But physics and the unbridled ambition of 45 weather balloons had other plans. His friends cut the final tether, and Larry didn't float. He shot upwards like a rocket. He climbed at 1,000 feet per minute. In moments, he was thousands of feet in the air, cold, terrified, and rising fast. He was too scared to shoot any of the balloons, fearing he would unbalance the craft and plummet. So he just held on, as his patio chair drifted into one of the busiest air corridors in the world, the approach path to LAX airport. Soon, baffled airline pilots started calling in to air traffic control. "Tower, we have a man in a lawn chair at 16,000 feet. 16,000 feet, that's over 3 miles high. The air is thin, the temperature is near freezing, and he's in a lawn chair." After 45 minutes of this terrifying, unplanned ascent, drifting out over the ocean, Larry finally got up the courage. He raised his pellet gun and, one by one, he started shooting the balloons. Slowly, carefully, he began to descend. But his journey was far from over. The dangling tethers of his craft snagged on a set of power lines, causing a 20-minute blackout in Long Beach. He was finally rescued, dazed and frozen, but completely unharmed. When he got to the ground, a reporter famously asked him, "Why did you do it?" And Larry, in a moment of beautiful, simple honesty, replied, "A man can't just sit around." So what is the lesson here? Is it a warning about reckless stupidity? Maybe, but it's also a story about something else, something deep in the human spirit. It's about the power of a why not dream. The kind of dream that doesn't have a business plan or a clear ROI. Larry didn't want to get rich. He didn't want to be famous. He just wanted to fly, in his chair, because the dream itself was the point. His story reminds us that the world is often changed not by the careful planners, but by the backyard tinkerers, the people who have a strange, obsessive vision and are just naive enough to believe it might actually work. It's also a lesson in the difference between a plan and reality. Larry's plan was for a gentle float. Reality was a terrifying, uncontrolled ascent into freezing commercial airspace. This teaches us that even the most audacious dreams require a healthy dose of respect for the laws of physics and unintended consequences. But perhaps the most enduring lesson is about perspective. Larry wanted to see his neighborhood from a new angle. He ended up seeing the entire world from a perspective that almost no human being ever has. He broke free from the horizontal world we all live in and touched the vertical. And for that one afternoon, an ordinary truck driver became a legend, a modern Icarus who, against all odds, didn't burn up. He just got really cold. His flight was illegal. It was dangerous. It was, by all objective measures, a terrible idea. And yet, there is a part of us, a quiet part, that cheers for Larry Walters,
because he reminds us that the world is still full of wonder if you're willing to look up. He reminds us that sometimes the most unreasonable dreams are the only ones worth having. And he reminds us that sometimes you just can't sit around. You have to tie some balloons to your chair and see what happens. His legacy is a testament to the strange, beautiful, and slightly mad spirit of human curiosity. It's a call to action for the dreamer in all of us, to find our own lawn chair, our own balloons, and to have the courage to cut the rope. If this story lifted your spirits, hit that like button to help it fly. And subscribe for more tales of extraordinary, ordinary people. Share this with the biggest dreamer you know. And in the comments, tell us, what's your lawn chair dream?